999's head split open, lined with heinous teeth-like protrusions. A beam of red and black energy burst forth into the clouds. The sky quaked as a vortex formed above, painting everything black. Gusts of wind sweep through fields, uprooting the ground and trees alike. Down below, 682 stood steadfast and relished in the destruction and chaos around it.
Yes, embrace your destiny.
999 slammed a huge tentacle down next to the puny lizard, barely missing it, as if telling it to shut the hell up. Now fully healed and at the ready, the re-energized beast looked up at 999 with newfound excitement.
All the more reason for me to utterly crush you. Come, fight me.
Brandishing its razor-sharp claws that put all blades to shame, and baring its hardened fangs that can crush the toughest objects with ease in its gaping maw, 682 charged right into the enormous blob of death. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you a tale from the SCP Foundation. Light broke through the darkness as the main hatch opened. A golden blob entered the now dimly lit room. A tentacle-like appendage stretched over and flipped a switch, illuminating the area. There, an enormous reptile lay asleep. Its eyes fluttered open as light hit its face. A growl of discomfort followed. The two anomalies were meeting for the first time, both fundamentally different to the core. SCP-682, hard-to-destroy reptile, is the very definition of wrath. Conversely, SCP-999, the Tickle Monster, is quite the opposite. Born via the unholiest of rituals, the would-be world-ender entered the world loving all forms of life. Behind an array of monitors stood two figures, watching as everything unfolded, like higher beings looking down on pawns with plans. They undoubtedly had everything under control. However, do things ever go according to plan in this grim world? 682 and 999 stared at one another with curious expressions. Both felt an unspoken familiarity between them, but just couldn't quite put their tongues on it.
I sense a familiarity between us, a connection that I know you feel as well. I remember this feeling. We are kin.
Without warning, 682 swung its massive tail at 999 with bloodlust. 999 swiftly flattened itself, narrowly avoiding the slap of a lifetime.
Meaning you carry our father's stench. All the more reason for me to vanquish you.
682 stomped its clawed foot down on 999, pinning it to the floor. The draconic entity brought its snout closer and stretched open its vicious maw, acid brewing before stopping suddenly.
What are you doing to me? You will not quell my rage so easily.
Upon contact, the Tickle Monster brings about feelings of peace and tranquility, something 682 had never experienced. Thus, it responded in the only way it knew how, with extreme violence. 682 let out a thunderous roar, causing the enclosure to quake and tremble. It brought both its forelimbs up and smashed down upon 999, forming a huge crater with a new golden paint job. Meanwhile, the two figures watched in silence.
That cell was supposed to contain that thing? All units prepare to engage 682 and retrieve 999.
Calm down, Captain. Everything's within expectations. Please stay still and continue observing.
Fine.
Proceed.
682 has never known a pleasant sleep. It usually dreams of otherworldly horrors, wars, bloodshed, and mayhem, or perhaps it considered them pleasant. But this time was different. It was floating in the lake alone under moonlight. Unbeknownst to it, a piece of slime was stuck to 682's foot, placing it under 999's effect. Meanwhile, 999 was slowly regenerating itself. Its splattered pieces crawled and regrouped themselves on 682's foot. However, when 999 returned, it felt different. Never before had it felt such an intense emotion. It was the feeling of pure hatred, and it felt good. An elite squad of MTF stationed themselves just outside 682's cell. Suddenly, 682 blasted through the entrance, wiping out more than half the squad instantly. The remaining soldiers quickly regained composure and trained their sights on 682. However, they soon realized that 682 was not the aggressor. Closer inspection revealed 682 having sustained heavy damage and was bleeding buckets. Then suddenly, the walls and ceiling came crashing down. An even larger, more sinister shadow loomed over them now. Everyone turned around and saw a gigantic blood-red 999 with eyes darker than the void. The two figures were stunned by what they were witnessing.
I thought you had everything under control.
I don't understand. This shouldn't be happening.
But who could have really known what would have happened when two inexplicably linked unknowns clashed against one another? How much did the Foundation truly understand when it came to SCP-682, hard-to-destroy Reptile, and SCP-999, the Tickle Monster?
I'm going in.
No, we have to see this through till the end.
No one could do nothing but run. 999 spread itself rapidly across the landscape like lava. The soldiers could not outrun death. Buildings dissolved and flora wilted as the demonic slime expanded. A giver of joy once, now a taker of lives. And it's all thanks to its encounter with 682, courtesy of the Foundation. Instead of absorbing 682's hate and neutralizing it, 999 was corrupted by it instead. 999's head split open, lined with heinous teeth-like protrusions. A beam of red and black energy burst forth into the clouds. The sky quaked as a vortex formed above, painting everything black. Gusts of wind sweep through fields, uprooting the ground and trees alike. Down below, 682 stood steadfast and relished in the destruction and chaos around it.
Yes, embrace your destiny.
999 slammed a huge tentacle down next to the puny lizard, barely missing it, as if telling it to shut the hell up. Now fully healed and at the ready, the re-energized beast looked up at 999 with newfound excitement.
All the more reason for me to utterly crush you. Come, fight me.
Brandishing its razor-sharp claws that put all blades to shame, and bearing its hardened fangs that could crush the toughest objects with ease in its gaping maw, 682 charged right into the enormous blob of death. 682 opened its eyes and found itself back in the tranquil lake.
I'm here. What's going on?
This time, it's standing on the water, and in front of it was 999.
No matter, because you are here. Come, we fight.
682 unleashed a mighty roar, so great that it echoed into the distance. Yet, the lake in 999 remained still. The beast seemed to have noticed something was off.
Your eyes look empty. Why do we fight? It is in our nature as beings of the beyond. However, I fight of my own will. I'm contradicting myself. Life itself is full of contradictions. I simply take advantage of whatever situation suits me. Yes, you yourself were a contradiction. Enough talk. We fight. What do you mean you've had enough?
Without warning, 999 and 682 were pulled into the lake, sinking deep into the void underneath. The world was calm. The beam of unholy light rescinded, as did the storm. The winds no longer howled, and the sky was clear once more. Sunlight hit 999, now no longer tainted with red, as it regurgitated 682. Immediately, a slash of the reptile's monstrous claws splattered 999, though it quickly reformed. 682 then stood and watched as 999 waved goodbye and slid away. And then it was silence, safe for the burning of rubble and yelling of people from the aftermath. 682 was pleased with the sight. The two figures stepped into view. This was the result of their experiment. This was what happened when humans tried to play God.
Is this what you wanted, Observer? Are you satisfied?
No, I didn't mean for it to go this far.
One swipe of the tail and only 2 pairs of feet were left standing on the ground. If 999 is to be the supposed ultimate savior of humanity, the one to put an end to the Scarlet King, then it appears that the golden blob of joy still has a long way to go. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Have a favorite SCP you want to see on this channel? Leave us your suggestions in the comments down below. In the meantime, if you'd like to see more SCP content, then check out some of our other videos right here. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye!